Hello everyone. First of all, I will give you a list of standard derivatives because I know if you have studied in 10, 11 also, then also maybe you have forgotten the formula, and without using those, we cannot proceed further. All of these standard derivatives we can prove with the help of method of first principle. So you can keep reading as standard derivatives. Standard derivatives. As I have given you standard limits, in the same way I am giving you standard derivatives. First is derivative for an algebraic function x to the power n. It is known as power function. Its derivative is n x to the power n minus 1. Second, derivative of trigonometric function, sine function of x. Its derivative is cos x. Derivative of cosine function of x, cos x, it is minus sin x. Derivative of tangent function of x, it is equal to sec square x. Derivative of second function of x, that is sec x, is equal to sec x into tan x. Then sixth is derivative of cot x, cotangent function of x, is equal to minus cosecant function square. Seventh is derivative of cosecant function of x, that is cosec x, is equal to minus cosec x into cot x. Cot x means cotangent function, cosec means cosecant function of x, is the full form of those functions. Now the next one is derivative of exponential function of x. I will explain this later on also. E to the power x. Derivative of, maybe you have proved these standard derivatives in class 11. A to the power x is equal to a to the power x into log a to the base e. 10th is derivative of natural logarithmic function of x. What I have said, you can just listen. Natural logarithmic function of x. It is natural exponential function. It is natural logarithmic function of x. Its derivative is 1 by x. If it is natural logarithmic function, means logarithmic function of x with base e. Its derivative is 1 by x. Next, in this way, we are having some derivatives of inverse trigonometric functions also, which we can later on prove also. So the next is 11 number, derivative of sine inverse of x is equal to 1 by root under 1 minus x square. 12th, derivative of cos inverse of x minus 1 by root under 1 minus x square. 13, derivative of tan inverse x is equal to 1 by 1 plus x square. Derivative of cot inverse of x is equal to minus 1 by 1 plus x square. Then derivative of sec inverse x is equal to 1 by x root under x square minus 1. Then derivative of cosec inverse x is equal to minus 1 by x into root under x square minus 1. So in this way I have written all the 16 basic standard derivatives. Now based upon them we can make so many formulae. For example, for x to the power n, based upon it I can make 2-3 more formulae. See everyone, based upon this derivative of x to the power n, we can make some more formulae. Which are these? For example, derivative of root x, it will be 1 by 2 root x. Based upon this formula I can make it. I can just precisely say at root x is x to the power half, so it will be half into x to the power half minus 1. So 1 by 2 minus 1, half minus 1 is minus half. So x to the power minus half, we can write it as 1 by x to the power half. So x to the power half is again root x, so it is 1 by root x. Now here I am already having half, 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 root x, here I have written 1 by 2 root x. Based upon that, I can, another proof I can do it in this way. See, derivative of x. Sometimes the students are confusing in this single simple derivative. This derivative is 1 into, because here power is exponent is 1. So 1 into x to the power 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. X to the power 0 is 1. So it is 1. Result is 1. There is no way to doubt. Derivative of 1 by x. Maximum students are confused in this type of concept. So that's why I am utilizing it as a substituent formula to the standard derivatives. Derivative of 1 by x. Again, x to the power minus 1 can I write? So minus 1 into x to the power minus 1 minus 1. So x to the power minus 2, that is 1 by x to the power 2. So can I write minus 1 by x square? So it is minus 1 by x square. So in this way, these three will help you a lot in solving questions of based upon derivatives. So my next concept is chain rule. You know, the chain rule is the backbone, or we can say the heart of derivatives. Just a minute. Okay. Let us see everyone. In the chain, the most important, as I have told you, it is the backbone or heart of derivatives. Chain rule. The most important rule in derivative. Chain rule is also known as a rule for composite functions. Composite functions. You have studied about composite functions in function relation and functions chapter. It is also known as rule for function of a function. Function of a function. See, what is that? What is chain rule? See, for example, I'm just giving simple example. You must have seen this type of functions. Sine of root x, and you may be confused because derivative of sine x is cos x, so derivative of sine root x is cos root x. But it is quite wrong, because it is sine is function of root x, but root x is not function of root x. Root x is function of x. Another example, ax plus b to the power 3. If simply student will see this as simple formula, they will write directly. It is according to x to the power n formula, it is 3 into ax plus b to the power 2. But it is quite wrong, because ax plus b whole cube is a function of ax plus b. Then ax plus b is a function of x. So we have to think upon it. If I am writing e to the power ax plus b. Now student will answer, say e to the power x, derivative is e to the power x. So e to the power ax plus b, derivative is e to the power ax plus b. It is quite wrong, because here e to the power ax plus b is a function of ax plus b. Then ax plus b is a function of x. So we have to differentiate accordingly. That is the chain rule, that is the composite functions concept, and that is the function of a function we are discussing. If it is logarithm to the base e, it is x square plus 1. Simply student will answer. I have asked so many students, they are simply, when they are starting to understand derivatives in class 12, they are answering directly like x square plus derivative of log to the base e x square plus 1, it is 1 by x square plus 1. It is quite wrong again, because x square plus 1, it is a function of x square plus 1, but x square plus 1 is a function of x. So here it is means composite function, logarithm function of x square plus 1, and x square plus 1 is of algebraic function of x. So we have to focus on that. So these all are examples of composite functions. And I am showing you derivatives of all these type of functions, then you can easily understand. So see the first one, derivative of sine root x. What will I write? Just see the process. In other side books you will see that u, v, w and so many functions. It creates a lot of confusion in the minds of the students. It should be a single step answer, but initial state you cannot answer as a first step, and later on you can answer in a single step challenge it is. So derivative of sine root x. Sine root x is a function of root x, so it is with respect to root x we have to differentiate. Then root x is a function of x, so it should be differentiated with respect to x. So its result is, now first of all you write the result of it. Derivative of root x is 1 by 2 root x, and derivative of sine root x is sin x is cos x. So we can write this as cos root x. So this is the solution. Second one, derivative of ax plus b whole square. Now derivative of ax plus b whole cube, it is there. How will you differentiate it? See, derivative of ax plus b whole cube. Now see, it is a ax plus b whole cube is a function of ax plus b. So we will differentiate with respect to ax plus b. Then derivative of ax plus b, since ax plus b is a function of x, it should be differentiated with respect to x. Now see, derivative of ax plus b is a into derivative of x is, here is x, derivative of x is 1, plus derivative of b is a constant, it is 0. So derivative of x plus b is a into 1 plus 0. Now derivative of this is as per the formula x to the power n. X to the power n is n x to the power n minus 1. So we can simply apply 3 into ax plus b to the power 3 minus 1, that is 2. So your result is 3a ax plus b to the power 2. So in this way you understood it. Now let us see the next one. Again, fourth one I am solving, third one you will solve. So third one I am leaving for the students. Derivative of e to the power ax plus b with respect to x. Its result I am leaving for the students. Now fourth one, derivative of logarithm to the base e x square plus 1. Now see how will you differentiate it. Again the same process I have told you to apply. Derivative of logarithm to the base e x square plus 1 with respect to x square plus 1, first of all you differentiate. Then derivative of x square plus 1, derivative of x square plus 1 with respect to x. Now write the result. See, you can write it as, first of all write the result of this small one. Derivative of x square is 2x plus derivative of 1 is 0. Now derivative of this, derivative of log x is 1 by x. So the same way, the same variable is here also. So its result is 1 by x square plus 1. So your result is this 2x by x square plus 1. So this is your result. Now you can find the result of this third one also. So third one's result I am telling you, you just match with your answer. Derivative of e to the power ax plus b with respect to ax plus b. The derivative of ax plus b with respect to x. So derivative of ax plus b will be a into x, derivative of x is 1 plus 0. So it should be a into e to the power ax plus b. You can match your answer now. So in this way you can proceed further and you can solve the first exercise based upon differentiability and the previous one exercise for continuity. So you can solve at least 2 exercises based upon it. One is based upon continuity, another is based upon differentiability along with the chain rule. Thanks a lot. You can proceed ahead. Then I will proceed to the next topic.